Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason, and welcome to my new show. It's called Branching Out, and it's a podcast series with special guests. And obviously, with all the lockdown, it's all over the phone. And today's guest, and the first guest, is Matthew Connor, who's on the other line.
Hello, how are you doing?
You are probably the most changed name in my archive of filming. You go from Matt to Matty to Connor to Condog to Dipshit. I mean, it's...
Do I not get like the cool cat in like Mr. Suave? Do I never get them on?
No. I mean, when I input your name in the videos, it's always like, you know what I mean? It's.
I know.
And I always sometimes.
I'm surprised it doesn't go through. It's just like being dickhead or anything. Am I allowed to swear on this?
Of course you are.
Okay.
But I don't say anything I have to censor out because I'm not out to censoring stuff. So just behave. So. You, at a very young age, discovered you had a bit of talent, and was drumming the first thing you started, or did you have any other interest in anything before drumming?
I played hockey before that. So me and my brother used to play. We used to play roller hockey in the street. We tried to get into the ice hockey side of things, but it was mainly we mainly did roller hockey because it was just cheaper and closer to get to. So I did that for quite a while. But in between that, the drums came along. My brother started playing the guitar, and me being a little brother. Next thing I was like, I want to play the drums because he's playing the guitar, so I'll play the drums. And then that took over everything. So as soon as I started getting half decent at that, I knew that I didn't like sport was always just going to be a secondary thing, and it was always going to be music. Was going to be my first choice.
Because you do keep yourself busy. I mean, I'm surprised you even get up and play football on your day off and stuff, don't you? So, or rock climbing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll always do something, whether or not it's like rock climbing, football, or if I'm surfing or anything. I'll always try and keep myself busy, but yeah, and I mean, I would give everything up, like to be gigging and to be recording and to be doing like that side of things, you know.
So at the moment, let's go backwards with your bands. At the moment, Condog and Crew seems to be your priority at the moment for music. Is there anything else you're working on, or?
Actually, this is just a brand new thing, right? Of basically yesterday. So obviously, the Condog and Crew have been working a little harder at making an album again because it's been the neck end of 10 years. And I always had loads of fun doing it, so I thought, right, okay, let's just do another album. But in the meantime, I got a message off Mitch asking, should we do something? You know, should we just send some tracks to each other? And we're on right now, about to release a track. We're just going to drop it. So that's something that nobody even knows about. That's brand new. So you're the first person to know about that.
That's awesome.
How do you feel?
I feel privileged. I mean, it's been good to see you guys because obviously the Mitch Laddie band is still going, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But you've been off doing stuff with Condog, and obviously Ryan is in Condog, and Mitch has really been pulling out a few like more tunes, more to his lovely taste of like love for Prince and stuff like that, and it's been nice to see and hear some of his stuff coming out as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I mean, the great thing is obviously as a band for us, in every band I've ever been in, everybody has different styles of music. I mean, you might be playing in a punk band and everyone's playing the same style there, but we'll all go home, and some people will go home and listen to nothing but punk, and some people will go home like me and listen to country music, and that's like you have different passions at different times, and right now obviously Mitch is just doing his own thing, and that's mint. Like, you should have done that, in my opinion, a long time ago, and he is. But I'm never one to sit and twiddle my thumbs and wait for people to be finished doing what they're doing, when, you know, you can, as long as you keep busy, you can do what you want, you know. So there's loads of things going on. But yeah, Condog right now, and I've got another couple of things sort of on the back burner that's actually all about to come out within the next couple of months.
Right, we'll come back to Condog in a bit because we'll talk about the music videos, but just talk about some of the older bands that people may know you from. There was a band before AKA, but AKA seems to be the band everyone fondly remembers of you from the day. Um, that just a band born from you and your brother?
Yeah, it was me brother and Splodge. Them two really. They were the driving force behind AK. Really, I could at one point I could have easily took it or leave it. I wasn't really that bothered. But then I did start getting into that sort of more aggressive punk side of things. And then obviously I was invested. Had me brother and two of my best mates as well, and that I've got basically everything to how that made me into a half decent drummer, because you can't flake in that style of music. You've got to practice, because if you're playing that fast and that hard quite regularly, then you get found out. So you've got to work hard. So so I owe basically everything to AK as far as preparing us for the music world. Like, definitely.
AKA was an impressive band. I mean, you've got the 3 albums, but there was 2 main albums, and even how raw they are. There's some really good tunes on it. I actually love them, and I still think they hold up well today. But this is about when I first really met you, because I think we'd met in passing quite a lot, but I still remember AK had played at Decades, and then we had Steelcore, and I just remember that day you turned around and looked at us at the camera and just like, I'm going to tell you a story about a dog. And then you just absolutely, literally, I mean, you shared this clip recently where Nothing Left, and when you played it, and I was just filming at the side of the stage, and you're just an absolute animal on that clip.
Mm-hmm. I was over the moon, when I saw that clip again, because during this, some of the things I was doing then. I mean, I'm 16, about ish. I don't know if I can do that today. It's like, I don't, like, honestly, like, it's just a young kid full of adrenaline, man. It's great to see. That's why people like you are so important, because nobody else walking around with a video camera. Nobody walks around with a video camera as much as obviously you do. We're all on mobile phones and things like that, but
back then we didn't.
Has I know, we don't know, no, exactly, yeah. So everyone's technically on now, but you still carry a video camera still to this day. But back then, no one did, like you say. So it's great. It's like, I mean, some of the footage that you see of the AKA stuff, and like just some of the other bands, I mean, you could list off all the bands back in them days, because there was a much better music scene in concert.
Yeah.
But it was great seeing that footage. When was it when we were doing that?
That would have 2006. So the footage. We actually seen that back when we I think we were wrapping up with Burberry Monty's, I think.
Was it?
Because that was the night we were laughing at. I was look at the kid headbanging at the front, and it turned out to be Mickey at the front. Okay, who's that kid?
He's like seeing, like, because he didn't even know. I was like, oh, that's Mickey, and he's like, Mickey. He's like, Michael K. Double Sheets. You're like, oh my goodness. It's a small world, Mike. It's a small world.
No, AKA was a massive big part, but then Castro. Is Castro origins from college?
Yeah. So I think it was 2006, 2007, in college, and that's when I met, basically Yannick and Zenon out of Castro, and that just happened really organically. We actually got put into a band by the college, and we sat down, like, what do you want to play? And then Zen and Yannick said, we'll do like, it was like Blink songs and Foo Fighters. We're just trying to be, like, at the time, diplomatic, not going too far down the punk route. Then we realised, actually, we've got exactly the same style of music, and so it kind of just happened from there, it was just pop punk, and I'll probably, to this day, out of all the bands I've been involved with, I mean, like, I've got that AK to thank for, you know, like probably developing us as a drummer, but I think my fondest days have probably been in any band was probably with Castro, just purely on the how much I enjoyed playing that style of music, in that, you know, the songs we were writing, and I think everybody was on the same page, you know. It's just a shame it pop punk kind of just slowly died a death, you know. It was like so hot, and then all of a sudden it was bam, nobody was interested in pop punk. It was such a quick drop, like.
I mean, this is the Castro music video, probably one of the first times we had properly worked together when it came to a music video, and as I say, I was really inspired by Castro's, especially the song "Get Hot." I mean, I thought the song was quite pundit towards women, and I think that's where the creation of using a blow up doll came from. But like I remember talking to you about it, and you were like, yeah, and I think that's when realizing like we had good chemistry to create stuff, because the ideas. I mean, if you look back at that video, I mean, you know, it was filmed on high definition cameras, but on mini DVs, so it's not like 1080p and all that, but it's kind of like you look back at that and you go, how much effort and fun we had making that video, even like the live show at the very end.
Honestly, that live show was absolutely bonkers. It was crazy. I was recording with New Bridge Downfall the day after that, so I had to leave directly from that gig and go down to Barnsley to that recording studio, and I remember just thinking I didn't want to leave. I had to leave a bit early, and it was kicking off. Like, people were like crowd surfing. Even when we came off stage, everybody was still going crazy, and we're talking like we're talking K2, like can you imagine that happening now? Like,
no.
We wouldn't even be allowed drunk in there, never mind put on a full gig, and then have like mosh pits and crowd surfing with a fish tank right next to people's feet when they're up in the air, man. It was crazy. I just thought someone's foot was going to go straight through that tank. It's crazy, man.
Well, that's it. I mean, we had shot all the video, and it got to the point that was like, right, that's the end scene in the nightclub, and it was unheard of. I mean, it was the Soviet, so it was unheard of for the Soviet to have a band on, upstairs especially, and it was fucking packed. But one of the orders in chaos is, like, my priority is look after you's playing, but we're trying to shoot all these scenes, and we've got cameras everywhere, and then you've got Michael Galley, who's carrying this blow you up doll around, and the only way Galley can deal with this is to get absolutely annihilated, which even makes my job harder, trying to get Galley to do what he's meant to be doing. And then again, with Mickey, he just starts appearing in the middle of the video and starts like proper busting out moves and dancing around like a crab, and he's fucking going for it again. He's got a dancing bug.
I forgot about Mickey dancing around like a crab. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But it's fucking crazy times, the Castro video. From Castro though, so this had all happened, and then it wasn't long after I really sort of got to know Mitch, and not long after that you joined Mitch as the drummer, didn't you?
Yeah, that was it's quite, again, I suppose everything in music, this is going to sound proper soft as out this, like, but everything happens, or anything good happens quite organically, you know. If you try and force it and it doesn't seem to work. But I'd actually, Castro was coming to, like, it was just say pitted out. I was in another band at a time, and that was just dying out. And I found myself just, you know, actually not gigging at all. And that was the first time I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not in any bands. I mean, technically I was, but I wasn't doing anything, so I felt like a free agent. And then I just got, like, who sends emails? But I got an email off Mitch. That's our first contact. He sent us an email. I don't even know how he got my email address. That still makes us laugh. But and obviously he was being quite professional in the way he was, like, he's coming across on that. And he just said, look, we've got a tour in, we have not a tour, a couple of gigs in France. We need a drummer for that, but we've got a couple of gigs before that. You know, we've heard in the grapevine that, you know, like, that you could do the job. And my first reaction when I got that, I remember talking to Jed about it and going, there's no way I'm doing that. There's no way I'm playing blues. Like, I'm far too young. I'm not going to do that. And he just said straight away, he's like, wait, you get to go to France. You get to go and do these things, you know. And I was like, actually, because I was quite narrow-minded, you know. If it wasn't like hardcore punk rock music, I wasn't interested. At the time, I just wanted to play aggressive stuff. But yeah, that's how it started. The first gig I did with him was probably one of the worst gigs I've ever done in my life to this day, and it was down Scunthorpe, I think. And that was, I didn't even know what I was doing there at that time, like playing in front of old blokes, from playing in front of young lasses, like who were like in the pop punk scene, people my own age and things like that. And they're playing like, you know, to like guys who were like in the 60s. I was like, what's going on, you know? But yeah, that's how it started. A couple of gigs with him, then before you know it, you spark up a good bond between me, Mitch and Ryan, and then obviously the rest is history.
It's been a big change. I mean, we haven't talked about Steeltown yet, but we'll talk about that soon, because obviously Ryan becomes a massive part of your life as well, not just Mitch. What's your best gig though? Because one of the memorous gigs I remember was when you borrowed my camera and you were in France, and the guy called Hillary got up and just beatboxed.
I mean, honestly, like we've done some like gigs where like, I mean, I could tell you, but you wouldn't believe us. But again, that was great. That we just met him in France, and he was just before. It was about an hour before we went on stage, I think. He just came up and he was just like, "Oh, I love just, you know, like freestyling." So we just tried him because we didn't care. I mean, if he went up and he was crap, we weren't that bothered, you know. We would have been like, he's just gonna sit down pretty quick if he realizes he's not doing a good job. Anyway, he got up and he was absolutely great. He was min crack, and turns out he's a really good guy. We ended up making really good friends with them. That was a great time. But yeah, it makes them gigs more special, you know, when you're meeting brand new people and they've got music to share as well. That was really, really interesting, that one. Like, but as far as not the crazy stuff, I mean, we've also played gigs in the middle of churches that are being converted into music venues, and you know, you look in the crowd and there's nobody there to start with, and then the only guy that you really see in there is stark naked. He's just sat there fully naked, and you're thinking, is this for real? Like, And then he's waiting for you, somebody in the crowd or in the band, to it was Mitch Mitch was like, what the fuck? It's like, he's naked, and when everybody, that guy's naked, he's like, right, everybody's clocked us, I'm naked, put his clothes on, fucked off. So like honestly, one extreme to the other, man, and that was, I to this day I have no idea what he was doing, but we've like had some fantastic, really organic gigs, and we've had some absolute train crashes, but still some kind of funny side notes that I like.
I think one of the riskiest gigs we've ever done was the original first ever HMV one, when the live and concert album was coming out, and back then it was a little bit harder to get your album in store, and it was unheard of for a while for bands to play in music shops. And then we got that Newcastle, wasn't it? It was a Saturday afternoon, and they just had the steps up, and it was just a perfect platform, and couldn't have asked for that to have gone any better, like that gig.
It was great. Again, I mean, like, I think out of the majority of people that I know as me pals, you'll come up with an idea, and I'm always, the first thing I'm thinking is, no, like that isn't going to work. Like, stop with that idea, it's not going to work. And then you do what we always do, and you convince us. You're like, oh no, it'll be good, man. Just roll with it. So we're in at HMV, and it's pretty quiet at this point. Thinking I'm going to be far too loud as a drummer in HMV, because everything's like pretty hard walled and hard floored. And it was great. It was a great gig. It sounded great. People were like coming straight up the stairs, and we're keeping hold of people. You know, it was great. Good gig, that one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, great that we've been, because we've done a few live shows. I mean, can't thank you enough for helping out. When you've helped put Carve and Elizabeth Little on, there were some great days then as well. And just so we'll go to Steeltown, because you guys, Steeltown, is that from Jed? Was it no? You wanted to set the shop up, because Steeltown is probably the best music shop, and I'm not plugging you on that road. It's just because you walk in. It is so unique. There's no commerciality about it in a positive way. It's forever changing. And the talent that, you know what I mean, you've got you and Ryan, but then you'll have Dave, and then you've also got Mitch randomly in there. Or even Betty, when Betty looks after the shop, you know what I mean? It's kind of like people come from out of the area to see Steeltown. But where did it come from? Where did the name and everything come from? Because there's now Steeltown pizzas and everyone's jumped on your bandwagon.
I mean, it's that's a different story on the whole Steeltown empires. I think that's sort of kicking about. But no, with Steeltown music, I wish I could sit here on the other side of the phone and say it was all my idea, but it had nothing to do with me when it started. It was all Jed. So when we were kids, being a drummer and my brother being a guitarist, the only place you could get guitar strings from, I mean, bear in mind, like, you couldn't go on the internet to go and get these things. It was like such a new thing, and so you had to go and drive. So for drumsticks, we were always going to Washington drum shop, and then for Dan, it was Newcastle or Durham for guitar strings. So Jed realised that there was people from Concert and from Stanley and from this area that were having to travel like quite a distance to go and do that. In 2006, he got made redundant, and he basically took the penny he got from that and just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna open a music shop. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I think it'll be a good time to do it. Even though it's definitely the worst time you could possibly do it in a economic crash, when everything was rock bottom. You know, it was like nobody had any money. Everything was so low down. And he was asking us, "Would you think it's a good idea?" And I was just begging him. I kept on saying, "Don't do it. Do not open the shop. It's stupid idea." And I didn't like the idea of it at the time, because I knew I was going to get lumbered into working there. And I didn't want to work in a music shop, because as much as I love music, at the time I didn't know anything about guitars. I didn't want to know anything about that side of things. I love music, but I didn't want to sell stuff to do with music. And he just obviously didn't listen to what I said. He did it anyway. And then as he started, they basically, the first couple of years we had me, my cousin was working there, my brother was working there, Mickey was working there, and we had like 4 people sort of taking shift, and nothing was getting done, because a customer would come in. Bear in mind, none of us had worked retail before. A customer would come in and order a t-shirt when we used to sell band t-shirts and things, and so Mickey would write down, I don't know, an AC/DC t-shirt, so great, and then I would come in and I would say that was done. And I'd be like, oh wait, I'm not going to do that, and basically nothing got done. Everything just kept on getting passed to somebody else, until the customer would come in going, where's this at? Like, it would take ages. So I thought, well, look, it's not going to work this way. So I started working full time in the shop, still not particularly wanting to, and still fully expecting the shop to shut down at this point. But I thought, right, look, have a go. And then probably, is funny enough, that one of the best things that happened to Steeltown Music, well, there's loads of one of the best things, so, but like at the time anyway, was Cash Converters opened right opposite us, and started selling guitars, and started selling second-hand guitars, and all of a sudden we had people coming in trying to sell us more in this way of second-hand guitars, because they were just lowballing people out with the money. And you know, somebody had a Fender and they were saying, oh, I'll give you 150 quid, and you know, people were coming in our shop annoyed at Cash Converters, and then it made us think, actually we should do more in the way of second-hand guitars. And then Jed said, look, I can't sanction every time you're going to buy a guitar off someone, so you're going to have to make up your own mind. You're going to have to make the decisions. And then from there on in, when I just got a little bit more responsibility, I started actually putting a bit more pride into the place. And then that's when I started decorating the inside and making it look unique. And then after that, I was getting a brand down and getting a logo down. And then before you know it, we've actually created a great place, and I live, breathe, and do anything for that shop now. But to say that I wanted anything to do with it at the start is, it would be a complete lie. I wanted nothing to do with it, and now, everything I do in my life is basically for that shop now. So it's funny how it's turned around. But 15 years in the same place is going to do that to somebody, I reckon. So it's probably why if you spend so much time in the same walls of a building, eventually you come up with ideas, and you want to change things all the time. So like you said, the shop's always evolving. One of the main reasons why it's always evolving is because I'll stare at something and I'm like, do you know what it is? We could probably fit another 5-6 guitars in there if we do this. And then you move that and go, actually, well, if I do it this way, I can fit another 15, and then before you know it, it's just developing that way as well.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at after we did the Castro video, my next idea, because I think you've appeared in more of my music videos than anyone else, is just cameos. We did that scene where we had Ink play live in the shop, and you just act as yourself and then get yourself locked in the toilet, and we had a great time filming that. But if you look back at that video and say how different the shop is, it's very white and blue, and now it's very... You walk in and you've got the door that opens that's got a charm, like a jingle. I mean, the light fittings are drum kits and stuff like that. So there's been a hell of a difference. But is Brandon you know what I mean? You go in there and you've brought records into it. You have practice lessons. You're able to record in there as well. And it's, for a small shop, how much you've been able to capitalise on it. It's just awesome,
Yeah, I mean, but that's it. I mean, when you talk back when the shop first, when you're on about the jingle, that was the original jingle when we bought the building. So there was so many things that were just that. We just got too complacent and thinking, oh, it's just been like that for ages. Just leave it. And the walls, it was just Jed's old school. He's got an engineering brain, He's like, oh, if it's not falling down, if it's not dropping apart, it doesn't need changed. But the right thing is, obviously I wanted to change everything in the same breath and uplift things. So, but we were on a shoestring budget. We had no money. We couldn't just go and just buy brand new fittings and brand new everything. So everything's hand built in the shop. So all the fittings are put up by made to fit, just for our shop, So yeah, when that ink video, when I watch that now, I'm so glad, because we've got no photographs either of when the shop was in 2006 to 2009. There's nothing. It's just complete, because we had no social media. We weren't on Facebook. We didn't have a web. We had.
It would have been MySpace, wouldn't
it? But the truth is, we weren't even on. I don't even think we had a MySpace or anything. We were so off grid in that respect. So when you watch that ink video, it's one of the only videos of the shop when it was looking that way. There's barely any photographs. There's a single photograph of it looking that way.
You appear in both the original CCTV videos, so there would have been a bit of footage as well prior to that ink one, I'll imagine, because CCTV would have been about... CCTV 1 was before the Castro video, and it's when you and Arnold are at the counter, so there would have been footage even before that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to send us a link. I wouldn't mind that. I'll always love that. I mean, talking about Arnold is that's great on the start of that ink video when the band's playing and you swoop down and you just see
he's just asleep on the floor.
Asleep on boxes. It's like he must have been deaf. He's just how could he sleep through that? You had everyone smacking drum kits and playing music and that, and he's a kip on the floor. It's
But
crazy, man.
you've honoured him and made him one of the most recognisable, if not the most recognisable brand in concert. The over the sign, you know what I mean? You've branded yourself out. I mean, are there like you have people spotted, don't you? There's people on snowboard and
Yeah.
things. I mean, I've had my picture taken with all the cast of Lost Boys rocking a steeltown music, because that's like, right, what am I going to wear for this iconic photo? And it's, you know what I mean? Is it, well, steeltown, you know, it's just like, that's the go-to t-shirt.
You know, it's one of the things I'm most proud of. I mean, again, when I was saying like one of the most sort of like, one of the biggest game changers for the shop is obviously when I got Arnold, and you bring a cute little puppy boxer to the shop, and everyone just comes in the shop and just wants to see him, and then you realise he's become like a bit of a celebrity of the shop, and then we needed a logo. I'm not. That's not where I, sort of my strengths lie. I knew how I wanted the logo to be. I wanted bits and pieces, and I had a photo of Arnold up on the shop counter, and then Glenn does loads of the work, does the artwork for the shop, and I give it to Glenn and say, Glenn, can you do this? And then so it was Glenn who put what I had in my head onto paper, and he couldn't have done a better job, you know. And but that's how the shop survived, you know, by people branching out, by you doing videos, by Glenn doing artwork, and it's like it's a family and a community-run business, really. Everybody gets involved, and you've got to keep it that way to keep people like just to make it accessible, you know.
One of the things you guys have like created a cult following as well is you guys doing the videos. Some of the videos you put out there, your training montages, you stay at home, but like you always capture the moment, and it's the way I've lived my life. It's always better than fuck all. But one of the most iconic moments for you guys is when the Look North was filming our Weathering concert, and you guys went out and fucking sang Bob Marley in the fucking snow, and next thing you know, you're on television.
I know. I mean, the thing is, I mean, top and bottom of it, right now we're living a really sort of. We are all quite lucky with the technology that we have, and you've got to try and use it to the best, you know. And that day, it was snow, really bad snow. Where I don't think one person had even come into the shop, and I just said to Ryan, I said, look, let's just go outside and play on the street. We'll literally take a drum kit outside, take an acoustic guitar outside with an amplifier, and quite literally drum up some business, you know. And we didn't know that everybody who was going to be walking by were going to be taking videos of us playing. And then somebody must have took the video of me singing No Sun, No Cry. And then before you know it, my phone's absolutely booting off. And then you're on Look North. And that's like, you've got to do that, you know. The advertisement in the music industry, in my opinion, shouldn't be serious all the time, you know. We are so lucky that it's a relaxed atmosphere, so there's certain things that need to be serious, but having a music shop isn't one of them, in my opinion. There's times to be serious, but all of our videos about anything has an air of comedy to it, because comedy sells it for us, you know. The only problem is we've made a rod for our own back, because everybody's asking, when's the next video, what are you going to do? And we feel like we've got to top every single video we're doing, you know, now. And that's right now, that's getting a bit scarier, because you're thinking, it's getting harder and harder, you know. But it's great, you know. It's always good for business, you know, coming up with new ideas, and how can you top what you've just done. And yeah, it's great.
So we're talking about videos. Let's talk about us collaborating. We had worked together. We've done videos for Mitch. We've done stuff for Castro. We had a good run at the Union Nights, and then 10 years later, after you release a Condog album, you decide to do a music video finally for a Condog track. And I remember just, you know, getting it together. The idea was great. Let's put one camera down. No one touched the fucking camera. One shot. We did the first video, which again, you know, if you look at the video, it's very jumpy around. We then sort of like going to top it with Monty's as well. And that's, I think, the Monty's is a great collaboration. And then, you know, just because we had been to look at the venue, the courthouse, for Mitch's video, hadn't we? And we sort of like did it all. It all came from there, didn't it?
Well, it did. I mean, we were. Which video are you talking about here? Are you talking about Monty's here?
Well, we were going to do a video. We were going to do a video for Mitch, weren't we? And we went to look at the venue, and that's when sort of come back to my place happened. Because your brain started to roll like a motherfucker when we were walking around that building, and when the Mitch video didn't happen, we just went straight into that, didn't we?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, because we had every intention to make a Mitch Laddie Band video, but there was just so many things we weren't sure what song to do, and then we knew it was the storyboard for that video that we're trying to come up with was gonna be hard and quite time consuming.
Plus, we needed Johnny, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly, and it was just a few of the things that we really needed to be set in place, and we were going to struggle. And then I just thought, actually, we could take advantage of this, and we would just come up with that idea. It was going to be like, well, no, dead easy to video, but not for you to edit. But I mean, that's basically what I do. I come up with these ideas, and then you're like, so I'll be locked in my room for another 3 months whilst I'm like sieving through all this sort of footage that we've got. But that again, it just happened organically, and that with that video, it was great. You know, just getting people involved and cameos and everybody there, and everybody was dead excited to do it. But I mean, again, when we were doing the Condog video, bear in mind that album at the time was already about six years old.
Yeah.
So like, it was just, but it still worked. You know, it's good fun.
I mean, the second one, the Monty's one, you know, like you just press the button and everyone just goes, right, we're going to get it done, because Monty's had a lot more people to get involved, and your shed, I mean, it's funny because Mitch is in the music video, but Mitch isn't. Mitch actually plays on Come Back to My Place. He plays the guitar in it, but not in the video, but he's in Monty's. And I think one of the things I absolutely love about that is the nights we sat in the editing room, and when I watched the Monty's video, there's so much going on in the background, but because me and you collaborated so much, I mean, the night where you were laughing your head off at, you spat on your own foot, didn't you? You could put that in the video, but like...
No, it was Glenn.
Glenn spits on you.
And you could see me looking at Glenn going, you just spat on your foot. I was like, that has to go in the video. It can't not be in that video.
But like with that video, this like especially when everyone has the part and how they come into the video, then the tongue in cheek that Glenn isn't even rapping, it's Mickey, but obviously Mickey is all like in disguise in the video, which makes it even funnier. But no, that is one of my favourite videos we've done. But I think it was more the collaboration, you know what I mean? Making sure it worked.
I mean, to be fair, I think that one there it's because it holds up. I mean, the obviously the songs about a place in Stanley were all sort of dressed up how when we were all like 13. How like the older lads were dressed, you know, and like the Rajis were, and it was just like as soon as we put on the sort of the Travis stuff, it was just like everybody was buzzing, you know. It was freezing cold. It was like so cold, like in the video, like my nose is bright red. I remember just thinking it's so cold in this garage, and on top of that, everybody had to watch their head because the garage roof was falling in. So like, and it had an asbestos roof. And like the first time that Benny did his rap, the first thing he does, and it's in the video, is he smacks his head off the roof.
But he keeps on going.
First thing I was like, Benny man, and I was like, Benny man, stop hitting your head off the roof. You're gonna take the whole roof down, you know. But again, like it's great, you know, and that's not even here anymore. It's been demolished since. But it's another. You watch back and you just think. How many people were in there? Like, I don't know, 8-9 people at the same time. Well, in a garage that's fallen to pieces.
Well, there's a couple of things about that video. One, I'm forgetting who pointed this out, but if you watch the video, when I'm in the video, it's almost like the point of view, or some of the views, what is the ghetto blaster sometimes.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm in the room all the time, and that the biggest problem with that, I've been quit smoking now 4 years, and every fucking person was smoking. You guys went through so many cigarettes, and every time you opened the fucking door, it was just like, tonight, Matthew, I'm gonna be fucking smoking.
It was. I mean, I remember buying like because I don't smoke like, and I remember buying like a full deck, just thinking, nah, I'll be alright. But then every scene, I was like, oh, like I'm sure I had a tab in that last scene, and I was just like lighting them up, and everybody else had their own, and then it was just like it looked like it was a smoke machine inside there. Yeah, I felt dead sorry for you, like somebody who's quit smoking probably's had more tabs than everybody else.
It was good. I mean, we obviously a lot of people are a bit shocked when we did Very Good Time as well. But again, that's just us, just like, right, we've got some time, let's do something, you know what I mean? Let's hang out, shoot the video, and just have a great time and missing about that. And like, again, what you were saying before gets hard to top. Monty's was going to be a hard video to top. And I think Very Good Time, it looks nicer than Monty's, and we just had a lot of fun with it. But again, it's just showing you how, right, let's just get something done. Let's get the camera up and let's make it rock and let's make it work somehow, you know what I mean? And that's what's great about collaborating with you.
I mean, again, I mean, it's like, once there's an idea set in place, especially like with me and yourself, it's just it will get done, and it gets done really quick. I remember that day I was half hoping that you didn't want to do it because I had a stinking hangover that day when we did Very Good Time, and I was absolutely lifting. I was just like, oh, I hope you don't want to do this, and you're like, well, I'm coming over. I was like, oh shit, I've got to jump around like an absolute arsehole for a while. But again, that's what you need. Sometimes you need somebody to pull the trigger, and just in the music industry, and I'm assuming for yourself in the video industry, like that. If you don't do it sooner, like it'll never happen later, because it's just one of the things that'll get said, and then all of a sudden it dies down and it never gets done. And I've learned that about when you come to record, or when you come to do something like start a band, you can talk about it. You can talking about it. Like, that's the easiest bit, you know, but it's dead cheap. You've just got to go and crack on and get it done, you know. So as soon as me and you found, like, for all these videos, found a place to actually shoot a video, it just gets done.
Yeah, well, going back to where when we went to look at that venue and we got the full tour around this venue, like, from, you know what I mean, not where people are meant to see as well. Like Barry, big shout out to Barry. He was just like, oh yeah, you can do this, do that. Obviously, I still filmed there when I made the Assassin music video, which I did in between the two condogs. And you know, I mean, credit to you. I was just like, right, who do you want to be in the video? And you were like, I don't want to be in the video. Now you are in the video as just an extra in the background of the table, but you said it like this new idea in this video here has got more of a serious tone, and you didn't want to be in the video because you didn't want to it come across as funny, you know what I mean? You didn't want it to be funny, which was pretty awesome, like, but you still ended up being in it.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I mean, the thing is, the top and bottom of it, you put a camera in front of me, you know, like a twat. Like, I'll always act like a twat. I can't be serious in front of a camera. I know that, you know that. And if you're trying to do something serious, then, you know, have people who can actually do a serious job. I would have been trying to do a moonwalk in the background or something, and I would have totally changed the mood of it. So I knew that. That's why. I mean, yeah, I was in it really, like, you know, like just a little cut from it, but yeah, it was definitely for the best doing that.
Well, when you see you in that video, the reason why I chose that clip for, one, at the time, because Patrick is who's getting poisoned, Liam was playing, so that just naturally fit because Patrick was cast in that role. Ryan was talking to Paddy, then you are drawing a massive penis across Steph's phone with Jackie, and you've got everyone's attention. But obviously, for for Patrick to get poisoned, there needs to be that distraction, and it just fit perfectly in the edit. So
Yeah. Aye.
so away from music videos, I've only got a few more questions left for Mr. Condog. You're a big country fan. What's your favourite song?
That's like asking how long's a piece of string. As far as a favourite country song goes, God, I couldn't tell you, mate. I really couldn't tell you. As far as that goes, that's an unfair question. That
It's not, because every time you appear in the shop, you're all right. We always have a conversation, and it's always by the country section.
I know. I mean, obviously, like, I mean, as far as country artists go, you have your favourites, but as far as a country song goes, they're all bangers, man. They're all about the same thing anyway, about drinking whiskey and driving trucks. What else do you want? What else do you want in music?
So, well, what about you? Know, I was going to say you're not big on movies. So, what's your biggest movie?
What's me favourite movie?
Yeah, I might have said biggest there.
The biggest movie. Oh shit! Do you know what it is? I had to think about that because I had a feeling that you would ask us this question, and I think everybody should know what the favourite film is. And right now, shit.
Honestly, when it comes to movies, and like you are one of the very few people I will borrow stuff to. And because I will get it back eventually. I mean, there's been times you've walked up to me and had about 12 Blu-rays. But if you want to talk about a movie quickly, you fucking hate me for one reason and for one word, and that word is toys.
Oh god, mate, didn't get us set off. Like that was just so cruel. I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't really sit and watch films very often, because it's just I normally don't have enough time, to be honest. But you convinced us, and I love Robin Williams. And I thought, right, okay,
I didn't convince you. You watched one of my reviews. That's what happened there.
When I reckon you. Well, okay, fair enough. Fuck off. I'm not taking any responsibility for me having to watch that. But I thought it was going to be a comedy. I thought, but obviously it is billed to be a kids' film, isn't it?
Well, it's called Toys. It's a PG. It's Robin Williams. It's you know what I mean. It's on the back. It's the movie between Hook and Mrs. Doubtfire. It's good, you know.
Aye, because it's not a kids' film at all. It's absolutely ludicrous. It's dark as out. I was just waiting for something to happen, and I remember just being very happy when it finished, and just thinking, what have I just watched? You know, it was like, some serious stuff but the good thing is I never have to watch it again. Yeah. So that's how I feel about Toys.
I think when it comes to movies, though, it's like Nicolas Cage makes that many movies that you constantly are just getting pictures of Nicolas Cage versus a tiger. Then you watch Mandy, didn't you?
Actually, Mandy was great. I actually really like Mandy. It was really sort of quite trippy. I mean, to be honest, I like any film with Nicolas Cage because, you know, he gets a bad rap, but top and bottom of it, you know what you're getting. If you watch a Nicolas Cage film and you think you're going to get something different, then you're on a different planet. You know, you're going to get like pretty much the same vibe, but that one there was it was crackers. It was shot really well. It was like the colours were great. The soundtrack's amazing, and I really liked that. Again, it took us ages to watch it. I remember he kept asking, "You watched it?" And obviously, eventually when I did, I was thinking, "Bloody hell, I watched that earlier," you know. So Mandy was a great film. Thoroughly enjoyed that one.
He's got a new one out called Colour of Space. It was out on Monday, but hasn't come yet with a post. But that's just meant to be as trippy as Mandy. One of the big changes I think over the last year, especially the Condog video, was like buskers, and I think like especially a lot of like our friendship circle has grown massively, I would say, over the last year because we have we go out on a Sunday night, which eventually you just used to see you out now and again, but now it's like, right, what time you're there. You know what I mean? So buskers has been a big part. We've had some great times, but mate, how many brain cells have we lost drinking that much?
Oh, do you know what it is? I mean, it's funny. Funny you should say this. I mean, with us not being at the buskers quite a lot recently, I feel like I've got like an extra day of my life back. It's not because of the Sunday. It's because of the Monday. I was like going to band practices with like the stinkingest hangover. I had to do a college presentation, like where I was like speaking in front of like sort of kids about like the music industry, and like I was the only one rocking up on a Monday with like a lifting hangover, and like definitely setting a bad example. Like I'm meant to be like sort of like telling kids like this is what you meant to do. You meant to be like a go get them sort of guy, you know. And he was me sat down with a bottle of water, like head and hands, absolutely dying because I'd been in the buskers.
Well, heck, you're always.
Yeah, you're right. That
I'm just gonna say though, like every week could be somebody different, but again, I think like we are definitely the regulars, and it's always you're like, oh, just one more, and next thing you know, we'll be having a wrestling match somewhere, and like we're like, what fucking time or place is it, man? It's just time to go home.
And that's it, you know. You come back and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're thinking like it's a Sunday. We've been out since like 8 or whatever, and it's like Sundays did turn into the new Friday and Saturday, you know, combined. You know, it was just heavy, you know, and like again, like because you're there all the time and you're seeing the same people, you know, like whoever's finished the pint first is just going buying everybody else the pints, and it's a great place for that, you know. And you're dead right. It's like a proper mix match of a crowd. People that you never ever, with no disrespect anybody, like normally hang out with, because everybody comes from different kind of, everyone's there for the same thing, but like I mean obviously me and you have known each other for years and whatnot, but it wasn't a case of like we were like meeting up at a certain time or messaging each other saying, oh, what time you going and things.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I love most about it. You're putting a bunch of people in who like kind of just again organically just ended up landing there at the same time every week, making really good friends, and yeah, you're right. It's a genuinely a really nice thing that's happened.
Well, it is. I mean, I mean, one of the nights I really enjoyed was like it wasn't a buskers night, but it was more like Christmas, when we went out for Christmas, you know, and like we just grabbed a few pints and all that, and it's just that kind of like, right, you know. But when you were at buskers and you're like, right, and you remember, like, because some people would used to come and just sit off table, and then eventually now everyone just puts the fucking tables together. That's what makes busters really good, like. So
oh, definitely. Are you about a Christmas when I wouldn't let you go home?
Aye. Well, yeah. Well, like, but like, remember that night though? I mean, again, because obviously, I remember Dan, like, literally projectile spitting off, laughing off a joke across the table. I think he covered Emily, all in this dripping beer, and I'm just sitting there going, "Fucking hell, it's Christmas!" We were the only people in the bar.
And but again, like that's it though. Like it's like it was. They're the nights, you know, where it's like you go out for one, you know, and then later on you're just absolutely mortal. And hey, that's all about, man.
Right, the last.
Don't organise nights like that. You just end up just landing.
They're the best nights. They always are the best nights. The last question I've got is, what do you collect as a hobby?
Locks of people's hair. No, I actually really don't know what I would. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't really think
I know you collect coffee jars, but that's for bits of work.
Yeah, I suppose that's one of my biggest collections. Honestly, to be honest, I'm not much. I'm not much of a collector of anything. I used to have loads of snare drums. I did go through a phase of collecting snare drums, and just because I thought being a drummer you need to have as many different snares for different sounds, and then there was just 1 year I just sold everything, and then since being more involved in the shop, because I sell so much on a daily basis, I've just become like, it's become easier just to not keep hold of things. So I nice CDs and like, it's probably the only thing I've got loads of. You know, I'm not even like that into me records. I like that. I like to collect a couple of them, but like, I still on a regular basis buy CDs because I'm still attached to that. That's what I started off listening to music and saving up money for when I was a kid, and going to HMV and places like that to get CDs, and I don't think that's ever left us. So every time I'm in, like in the metro or something, I always swing by, say hello to you, and I always buy a CD. There's not really anything else where I'll do that, where I'll just buy one, even if I've got it, or like, you know, you have like Spotify these days, and you have all these things where you can do it. I still love to have that.
Yeah,
and I know it's changed a little bit, and I know it's not as cool to say you still like CDs because everyone's collecting records now. But to be perfectly honest, that's probably the only thing I still buy on a regular basis. But everything else, I just can't say I collect anything, to be honest.
Out of all the music you've wrote and been associated with, what's your favourite song and the one you're most proud of?
Flipping heck, man.
It's the last question.
I think one of the. I think one of the. There's loads. Actually, that sounds really big-headed.
I'll let you have one of each band.
I absolutely love. Right. Okay. So I reckon for Castro, I would say. Patience. I think I really like Patience.
That's from the 5-track EP, isn't
I
it?
would say aye. I love that one. It's just something about that. It just takes us straight away back. That's probably one of my highest, like, up as far as that goes. AK, I would mention a track, but I don't know what it's called because we never called the tracks by the track names. We always come up with these other names for them, and I'm currently looking at my CDs and I can't find it.
I've got which album's it off? I've got Nothing Left here in my hand.
It's I go on. What's the first couple of tracks on that?
I Can't Believe, Pipe Down, Running Out of Time, Do You Remember, This Is All There Is.
It might be I Can't Believe. It might be that one. I think I like that one. But we used to call it something else. But I really like that song. I thought it was good.
Right Now, which was quite a bounty track, you used to call Ghostbusters.
I know. I think that track one on that album we used to call funky shit hardcore, and it just got called that for about a year before I actually recorded it, and I don't know what it's called. So I would probably say that one for AKA. Mitchell Band, Speak Up. I love that song. I think it's for me. I just think if you're gonna, I think that is the best sort of explanation of. You put three people who have come from like different backgrounds of music, and that I think that truly is what you would get. In my opinion, I mean, the lads might disagree, but when I listened to that one there, I was always most proud to play that one, because I was almost like, none of you are going to get this song. We're going to play the song, and when we're finished, you're going to hesitate to clap. And I like that. I like that about that song, you know. But yeah, it's not necessarily our most popular song, but I love that one. Yeah.
Condog.
And it's for the. Fuck. Staying with the Condog and crew. I mean, that's like quite hard because there's so many good memories because we're involved with so many people. But when you listen to it, like Roy G. Biv and Come Back to My Place, like for me, I think them two, just with them being so poppy, I don't think there's anybody who could say that didn't like them, because it's just pure pop music. But I think I would probably say Roy G. Biv. I think it reminds us of the time when we were coming back from a Mitch Laddie gig, and we wrote all the lyrics in the car. Mitch wrote his, and then Ryan wrote his when I was driving back. And we just came up with that, and it was I think that one Yeah, probably was that one. But as for the other bands, I mean, I couldn't even remember a title track from the other ones. So
I don't have any.
don't ask us anymore.
I don't have any busted albums lying around to have a look at the track list either for you.
That's cute.
Well, that's. I mean, at the end of the day, I wrote down their favourite TV show as a kid, and obviously for you it was Hey Arnold and all that.
Yep.
That was one of my default questions.
I tell you another one that was my favourite when I was a kid. Absolutely loved Due South. Due South, an absolute banger. With the Mountie.
See, that's what's really cool. Like, you came back from Italy last year and you brought me back The Rising Sun, which is a massive. I love that movie, but you brought it back and it's the Italian version, and then just a copy of Due South. And by the time we both got back, you had graffitied the fuck out of Due South. He's got a tash, he's got no teeth, and then graffitied all across Rising Sun as well. Like, I think the caption you put on Rising Sun was Wesley Snipes, let's go and buy some tack, and it's Sean Connery's got a speech bubble going, nah.
Oh god. Canny, it's a true story, that. True story.
It is?
Wesley Snipes, he likes his tack. He told us on Bebo quite a while ago, you know, I like tack. Left it as that, left the conversation.
Well, I've been Stephen Multi Racing. It's been Matthew Connor, my guest. This has been Branching Out, and thanks for listening. I think Matthew's about to say goodbye.
Yep, I'll say goodbye. Cheers for having us.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.